we would be watching the Chiefs, and I would be upset if they lost, and I still am. Like every Sunday, that's what, is usually the brightest part of my day is turning on the TV and watching the Chiefs. And
so, Caitlin Clark just confessed. She's Patrick Mahomes' #1 fan, and guess what? The feeling is mutual. We're talking about two of the biggest stars in sports right now, and their admiration for each other is seriously inspiring. But what makes this connection so special? Why is Caitlin Clark being compared to Mahomes? And could she really become the Patrick Mahomes of women's basketball? Let's break it all down and see why these two are changing the sporting world. Before that, don't forget to subscribe. This helps us bring more content to awesome viewers like you. Let's get to it. Let's kick things off by talking about Caitlin Clark, the phenom of women's basketball. If you haven't been paying attention, you're missing out on one of the most electrifying athletes in the game today. Caitlin Clark isn't just good. She's redefining what it means to be a superstar in women's basketball. Growing up in Iowa, Caitlin was always a sports fanatic, but her love for football was undeniable. She's been a Kansas City Chiefs fan for as long as she can remember. Chiefs Kingdom? Yeah, Caitlin is all in.
I've been a Chiefs fan since I was a young girl. My brother was a Chiefs fan, my dad was a Chiefs fan. I had cousins in Kansas City that were Chiefs fans, so.
From her days as a young girl wearing Chiefs gear to now, as a WNBA star, her loyalty has never wavered. She recently even gave this hot take about Chiefs star Travis Kelce during an interview.
As a Kansas City Chiefs fan, how long will Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift last?
They're gonna get married. You heard it here first.
Let's not forget what Caitlin has accomplished in her young career. At the University of Iowa, she shattered records left and right, becoming one of the most talked about players in college basketball history. By the end of her collegiate career, she became the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, men or women. Clark's college points for Iowa surpassed a 54-year mark set by another revolutionary player in former LSU star Pistol Pete Maravich. Her incredible ability to score from anywhere on the court, combined with her knack for making her teammates better, made her a force to be reckoned with. She led Iowa to the NCAA Final Four and was named the National Player of the Year. Her performances were nothing short of spectacular, and she quickly became the face of college basketball. And when she transitioned to the WNBA with the Indiana Fever, she didn't miss a beat. Caitlin has already broken numerous records in the WNBA, including the all-time single-season assist record as a rookie, and she's only just getting started. And when it comes to her favorite NFL player, Caitlin couldn't be more vocal about her admiration. "I'm a huge Patrick Mahomes fan. I think he's incredible. Obviously a great person, but a great football player too," she said in an interview. This admiration goes beyond just his skills on the field. Caitlin is inspired by Mahomes' leadership, humility, and the way he revolutionized his sport. Now, let's talk about the man himself, Patrick Mahomes. Superstar quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes has already accomplished more in his career than most players could dream of. 3 Super Bowl titles, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, countless records, and a highlight reel that could fill an entire season of SportsCenter. Mahomes is on a path that could see him crowned as the greatest quarterback of all time by the time he hangs up his cleats. But what's really interesting about Mahomes is how he's changed the game. Before Mahomes, the Chiefs were a struggling franchise, often coming up short in the big moments. But Mahomes brought a new energy, a new swagger, and most importantly, a winning mentality. He's not just a quarterback, he's a game changer. His no-look passes, his ability to make plays out of nothing, and his leadership on and off the field have made him a living legend. Mahomes has also broken records left and right. Most touchdown passes in a single season, youngest quarterback to win both a league MVP and a Super Bowl MVP, and the list goes on. His impact on the game is undeniable, and he's brought a level of excitement to the NFL that hasn't been seen in years. One of the most impressive aspects of Mahomes' career is his ability to perform under pressure. Whether it's leading a game-winning drive in the final minutes or making a miraculous play, Mahomes has a knack for coming through when it matters most. This clutch factor is something that has endeared him to fans and made him one of the most feared quarterbacks in the league. But it's not just about the stats. Mahomes is a leader, a competitor, and someone who inspires everyone around him to be better. His work ethic is second to none, and his dedication to his craft is evident in the way he prepares for each game. It's no wonder that Caitlin Clark looks up to him. because in many ways, she's doing the same thing for women's basketball. And Mahomes isn't shy about returning the admiration.
Women's basketball, one of the best college basketball players to ever play, and then go to the WNBA and dominate there as well. Hopefully I never have to play her one-on-one because she'll for sure be getting buckets on me.
He's gone on record saying, "Just a tremendous player, a tremendous person. I've met with her and talked. You can tell she loves the game. She loves playing at Iowa. Hopefully I never have to play her one-on-one because she'll for sure be getting buckets on me." He's not just impressed by her skills, he sees the same passion and drive in her that he has in himself. If you think Caitlin Clark is awesome and would like to get more content such as this, please take a second to like this video and subscribe. This helps us bring more content to awesome viewers like you, and it helps us bring Caitlin Clark to much more fans. Wouldn't you like that? Awesome! Caitlin Clark and Patrick Mahomes, two names that are lighting up their respective sports. Clark, a rising star in the WNBA, has been making waves with her record-breaking performances, while Mahomes continues to cement his legacy as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But what's fascinating is how these two athletes, from completely different worlds, have found common ground. They've both become symbols of excellence, and their mutual admiration is something that's capturing the attention of fans everywhere. So, how did this mutual admiration between Mahomes and Clark start? It's not just a fangirl and fanboy moment. These two genuinely respect each other's game. Mahomes has been vocal about his admiration for Caitlin, calling her one of the best college basketball players he's ever seen, and predicting that she'll dominate the WNBA just like she did in college. Mahomes isn't the only one in the Chiefs' kingdom who's a fan. The entire team, along with Mahomes' wife, Brittany, have shown their support for Caitlin. During the 2024 NCAA tournament, the Chiefs posted a shout-out to Caitlin on Instagram, captioning a photo of her in Chiefs gear with, "You cheered for us. Now it's our turn. All of Chiefs Kingdom is rooting you on tonight, Caitlin Clark." Brittany Mahomes has also been a vocal supporter of Caitlin. After Caitlin was shoved to the ground during a WNBA game, Brittany took to Instagram to show her support, writing, "Caitlin, keep doing your thing. You're a baller, and it's incredible to see what you're doing for the game and women's sports." This kind of support isn't just about words. It's about building a connection between two athletes who understand what it's like to be in the spotlight, to carry the weight of expectations, and to thrive under pressure. But the support from Mahomes and his family goes beyond just social media shoutouts. Mahomes has made it clear that he sees something special in Caitlin. He's praised her competitive spirit, her basketball IQ, and her ability to rise to the occasion when it matters most. Mahomes even went as far as to say that Caitlin Clark is one of the most competitive athletes he's ever watched. A huge compliment coming from someone who has competed at the highest level of professional sports. And it's not just Mahomes who's impressed with Caitlin. Caitlin has also expressed her admiration for Mahomes. In a conversation with Hawk Central Radio, she gushed about how incredible she thinks Mahomes is, both as a player and as a person. She even mentioned how Mahomes had DM'd her on Twitter, telling her that he's a big fan and that he hopes to come to one of her games someday. The mutual respect and admiration between these two athletes is truly something special. Now let's dive into what makes these two so special and why some are starting to call Caitlin Clark the Patrick Mahomes of women's basketball. At first glance, they might seem like an unlikely pair. Different sports, different backgrounds. But when you look closer, the similarities are striking. Both Mahomes and Clark are young superstars who burst onto the scene and immediately started breaking records. Mahomes, with his no-look passes and insane plays, has redefined what a quarterback can do. Caitlin, with her deep-range shooting and pinpoint passing, is doing the same in the WNBA. But it's not just about their individual talents. It's about how they've both brought a renewed energy to their respective sports. Mahomes has made the NFL must-watch TV every week, and Caitlin is doing the same for the WNBA. More fans are tuning in, more kids are picking up a basketball, and the media is paying attention in ways they never have before. And let's not forget how both of them are role models, not just for their skills, but for their approach to the game. Mahomes is known for his work ethic, his humility, and his leadership. Caitlin shares those same qualities, and she's inspiring a new generation of young athletes to chase their dreams with everything they've got. But there's more to the comparison. Mahomes transformed a struggling Kansas City Chiefs team into perennial contenders, winning 3 Super Bowls and setting a new standard for what it means to be a quarterback in the NFL. Caitlin is doing something similar in the WNBA. She's not just putting up impressive stats, she's helping to change the perception of women's basketball, bringing new fans to the game and showing that women's sports can be just as exciting, if not more so, than men's. So, is Caitlin Clark the Patrick Mahomes of women's basketball? It's a big comparison, but when you look at what she's already accomplished and what she's likely to do in the future, it's not so far-fetched. Just like Mahomes changed the game in the NFL, Caitlin is poised to do the same in the WNBA. As we look to the future, the question on everyone's mind is this: will Caitlin Clark become the icon of her sport, just like Patrick Mahomes is for football? The potential is definitely there. Caitlin is still early in her career, but she's already done things that most players can only dream of. She's a record breaker, a game changer, and someone who brings excitement to every game she plays. But it's not just about the stats. It's about the impact she's having on the sport as a whole. Just like Mahomes made football more exciting and brought new fans to the NFL, Caitlin is doing the same for women's basketball. She's helping to grow the game, to bring in new viewers, and to show that women's sports can be just as thrilling as anything else out there. The support from Mahomes and the Chiefs is just the beginning. As Caitlin continues to rise, she's going to inspire more and more people, both on and off the court. She's already got the talent, the drive, and the support. Now, it's just a matter of time before she becomes the face of women's basketball. And let's not forget about the broader implications of this admiration. When athletes from different sports support each other, it helps to break down barriers and build a sense of community within the sports world. Caitlin and Mahomes are showing that greatness transcends the boundaries of sport, and that no matter what game you play, there's something to be learned from watching other athletes excel. So, as Caitlin Clark continues her journey in the WNBA, all eyes will be on her to see if she can live up to the comparisons with Mahomes. Will she become the Patrick Mahomes of women's basketball? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark is a name you're going to be hearing for a long time. What do you think? Is Caitlin Clark on her way to becoming the Patrick Mahomes of women's basketball? With the mutual admiration and support between these two, it's clear that both are set to dominate their sports for years to come. Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest news. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.